Great. Here's an original English script written as a single long paragraph, as you prefer, centered around the kerriest women's MMA knockouts of 2024. This narrative combines real events with dramatic flair to paint a powerful picture of the year's most chilling moments in women's combat sports. In 2024, the landscape of women's MMA was transformed by a wave of terrifying knockouts that reminded the world just how ferocious and technically elite female fighters have become. From the octagon to regional cages around the globe, fans witnessed a series of jaw-dropping moments that silenced arenas, dropped jaws, and made even veteran commentators gasp. Early in the year, the LFA saw Kendra McIntyre land a violent head kick on Katarina Legoreta that sent shockwaves through the MMA community. The brutal strike flattened Legoreta against the cage, her body slumped in a way that made even seasoned fans wince, prompting medics to rush in instantly. Not long after, at KSW 97, Wiktoria Chizevska crafted one of the cleanest knockouts of the year, catching her opponent's leg mid-kick, stepping inside, and unleashing a perfectly timed head kick that turned the lights out on Ariane Costoneda. The audience sat in stunned silence for several seconds before erupting. Then came Paulina Wisniewska's rise in PFL Europe, where she finished Valentina Scatizzi in just 32 seconds with a knee so precise and explosive it crumbled her opponent like a sandcastle, earning her a title, a massive prize purse, and the reputation of a cold finisher. In Asia, Shi Ming's devastating third-round head kick over Xiao Can Feng during UFC Macau drew global attention, not only for the strike's raw violence, but for the fact that Feng had to be stretchered out of the cage, creating an eerie silence in the packed arena. Thankfully, Feng recovered, but Ming's place in highlight reels was sealed forever. But perhaps no moment in women's MMA matched the surreal, terrifying brilliance of Carol Foro at Jungle Fight 135. Dressed as the infamous Annabelle doll, Foro walked out with eerie silence before obliterating her opponent in just 90 seconds with a storm of strikes that made the entire audience recoil. Foro, already known for her flair, emerged as a genuine knockout artist, with 6 straight finishes, most within 3 minutes. The clash of horror-style theatrics with her ruthless efficiency turned her into one of the most talked-about fighters in the scene. These moments weren't just about violence, they were about evolution. They showed how far women's MMA had come in terms of athleticism, power, and fight IQ. Gone are the days when women were seen as technical but lacking KO power. The terrifying truth in 2024 was that many of these women could end a fight with a single strike, knees, head kicks, elbows, spinning fists, and they weren't just doing it at the top level. From developmental leagues to global promotions like UFC, PFL, Bellator, and KSW, women were delivering KOs that made highlight reels, broke social media, and etched themselves into MMA history. Whether it was a debutante making a statement or a champion defending her crown with a brutal finish, these knockouts served as reminders that women's MMA is no longer catching up, it's setting the bar for brutality, elegance, and explosive unpredictability in combat sports. Would you like me to expand this into an even longer 9,000+ word script, in structured parts or continued paragraph style? Or maybe shape it into a YouTube documentary voiceover or podcast-style narration? In 2024, the realm of women's mixed martial arts, MMA, bore witness to a series of electrifying and, at times, chilling knockouts that not only showcased the fighters' formidable skills but also underscored the sport's unpredictable and intense nature. These moments, etched into the annals of MMA history, captivated audiences worldwide and highlighted the ever-evolving landscape of women's combat sports. One of the most talked-about knockouts occurred during the Road to UFC tournament at UFC Macau in November 2024. Chinese strawweight contender Shi Ming faced off against the favored Xiao Can Feng. Despite entering the bout as an underdog, Ming delivered a stunning head kick knockout in the 3rd round that left the MMA community in awe. The impact was so severe that Feng was stretchered out of the octagon and taken to the hospital for evaluation. Post-fight reports confirmed that Feng was conscious and had not sustained any serious injuries. Ming's victory not only marked a significant personal achievement but also sent ripples through the strawweight division, positioning her as a formidable contender. News. +4. The Irish Sun. +4. TalkSport. +4. News. +4. TalkSport. +4. Give Me Sport. +4. TalkSport. +2. News. +2. The Irish Sun. +2. In December 2024, the PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Championship in Lyon, France, became the stage